eye contact as you pull in with the other operator, the backhoe operator, so you can see and be aware of your surroundings. Any changes, you're pulling up, we're driving around this edge, you see it might slough off, the bank might cave off a little bit. We're continuously digging. You don't want to get too close to it. You want to prepare yourself to make a nice turn in. You don't want to get too close to where you have to back up or get too close to the edge.
So a little planning, you want to make sure that you're going forward. It's always safer to go in forward than it is the reverse, right?
Yes. You'll see the ruts from where you've been running. You'll kind of stay in the same tracks.
And you can feel the machine moving a little bit with the weight of the load back there. As it hits the softer spots, it does move a little bit. So you need to be aware of that kind of movement and how close you get to certain things. You don't want to...
Before you leave for lunch, you should have a plan of what the afternoon is going to be.
Never be afraid to ask.
It's easier to ask and find out than do wrong and then find yourself in a situation nobody likes. Always drive up and down, straight up and down the slope, or back and straight down the slope. You never want to back off at an angle with a weighted load. Be aware not to slide into it. The loading site may be wet. Like here, we're traveling along this swale. It's a sandy material, so it can be a soft edge. It's been dug and filled. You don't want to get over here too far over and ride over that edge, especially loaded, thinking you're doing good to let a guy go or something. That slope will take that bed of that truck and flip it right over. If it's too bad, it'll take the cab with it. You always want to stay in your travel lane. Just like coming around here to the backhoe. So the backhoe isn't moving. He's been set up. He's in the same spot. He hasn't moved. You've been coming in here all morning. Okay, you got your rush. You don't want to come in so close to where when he goes to swing around or has to move, that you're so close that he swings into the machine.
And you can't really see his counterweight right now, but his counterweight is on the back side of the machine, and that thing swings out further than his tracks.
Yes. If you look, see how he swings around? He comes around. Well, if he has to reach around or goes to move around or something, the shelf starts caving off, he has to do an abrupt movement. You want to give him enough room where he can make that move to get himself out of danger. You don't want to put him or you in a bad situation. It's always being aware of your surroundings. You've been digging this lake, if you've been with the operator, you've been consistent, you've been doing it, you have a plan, but always know there's always a chance something can happen. If you want to try to be aware, preventative, to give him room, give yourself room. Nobody wants to be in that situation. You're coming up to a situation here, you cross through here, you want to slow down your speed, you're going to go through here nice and easy. You have a telephone pole and a head wall. You don't want the machine to move, take out the pole.
So this is not a route that you would want to be taking loaded, right?
No.
All right, Matt, so we talked about the operation of the EndDump, and we've talked about some of the lessons learned. As an EndDump operator, they're part of a team, right? They're part of a crew. So what's, as a foreman, what do you expect out of your EndDump operators?
They are a very important part of the team. They haul the material for us to build the job that we need from point A to point B. If you're dumping with the dozer man, you need to communicate with him on how he wants it. Each condition is different. If you're dumping an unmanned site, you need to be vigilant to yourself to dump how he wants it, how you've been instructed. Keep spacing in between them or non-spacing, or the location, certain materials in certain areas. You always need to be aware of what's going on, aware of your surroundings, aware of the changing conditions, safety, weather. The conditions are constantly changing as the job progresses and moves on. You should care just about like anything else. You're part of the team, important part of the team. And same with the backhoe guy, you need to be communicating with him or getting loaded efficiently, safely. If you see something that will help you, bring it to someone's attention. It needs to be addressed. Like I said before, there's no bad questions. Ask them, they'll get answered. We'll just all move along productive, safely, and efficiently.
Well, great. Well, I sure do appreciate it today, Matt, and thanks for all your information And I think this will be a great video for training. And the main takeaways are the pre-operation inspection. Make sure that gets done. You want to pay attention to your surroundings at the beginning of the day when you come onto the job site, all throughout the day as you're operating. You want to make sure that you're operating the equipment in a safe manner, checking the gauges that we looked at, making sure that you've got and make sure that when you do that 360 or you do that pre-op inspection, everything's working properly. And then communicate. Communication is key. Make sure that you know what you're supposed to be doing, the routes you're supposed to be taking, where you're supposed to be dumping. Make sure that you're communicating with all the members of the team. And if you don't understand or you're not sure, go ahead and ask the question. There are no dumb questions, and we will take the time to make sure that we're communicating with each other. So those are the takeaways and the lessons learned. You know, those are things that you're going to see from time to time. You can stay away from those lessons, those unfortunate lessons, if you're just paying a little more attention and doing the right thing in a safe manner. So thanks again, Matt.
Thank you. Welcome to the team.